Don't turn away. This is not the same video as 2 weeks ago. This is a totally new video, though. We do have the partially disassembled Leatherman wave in front of us. Today's video is not about the assembly diagrams, but about our new assembly tools. I've been playing with these for a little while. I think they're ready for launch. So by the time you're watching this video, they should be live at MultiPartsStore.com. Let's talk about the details of these, because I think they're important for those who have done any sort of multi-tool repair or modifications. Assembling these Leatherman waves can be very, very tricky. You've got to work in between the frames to get all of your parts aligned and get your pivots slid through. And these tools have been making it much, much easier for me. We've been showing them, we've been teasing them a little bit on the channel. First up, we've got our plier-side tool. And you can see here, these are both just about, what, 3.5 inches long? How long's that one? 3 inches for that guy. So you've got enough room to get a grip on them. Our plier-side tool comes to a point there, not a sharp point, but a nice little taper at the end. And then both of them on the back ends have a registration pip, which allows you to slide the pivot straight on, and it keeps it aligned. And you can see they're tapered ever so slightly. They're both of our tools are made out of aluminum, so they won't damage your tools as they go through. They will wear out over time, but for assembly tools, we want them to make sure they're not going to damage the tool you have. So for starters, that is our plier-side tool. Let's go ahead and use it to reattach this handle to our Leatherman wave. So with the pliers closed, now normally I would double check which side this needs to go, and I believe it's this side. So we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna go fast and loose so the video is not too long. But that pivot just allows you to fight the spring tension there. Certain tools have more, certain tools have less, but it allows you to fight that spring tension and get that plier head aligned really, really easily with the holes in the frame. You can see if we look at that just at rest, there's just a little bit of misalignment. And so this makes it super duper easy. In the past, I've used a brass punch for this, and you can certainly continue doing so, but I really like this system. So this is our blade side. So let's go ahead and add a washer here. And you can see we're still just using that pivot tool, which gives us all of this length on it. So it's a little bit easier to assemble these guys. And that length also gives you a little bit of like added torque when you're using it. Now that we've got that guy installed, I'm just going to press down on that blade so that spring tension is taken out from the liner lock, and I've got the pivot pressed onto the end, and all we're going to do is just push that straight through, and our tool may go flying. That's okay. Just like that, we have got our tool installed. It didn't go flying either. I'm going to leave that pivot tool. You don't have to, but I'm going to leave that pivot tool on because it just gives me an easy way to feed on the next couple of parts. We've got our diamond file here. And this becomes the tricky bit. So you're fighting this liner lock here, which is trying to press our tools apart. So I'm going to leave that pin installed and just compress that with my finger and thumb. Then we can remove our pivot tool and start adding in our pivot screw. Sometimes I can get this without releasing that tension. Sometimes I've got to get a second screwdriver on the backside. But I recommend tightening it down beforehand if you can, and then doing your final adjustment with 2 screws. It just makes it a little bit easier. Awesome. So there is the plier-side tool in use. That's the simple one. The hard part for me has always been the backside. So let's get into that with the other tool, which is the tool-side assembly tool. I'm going to chuck this up in the bench vise just so you guys can see it a little bit better. And again, there is one side you want to go in. Let's get a little closer look actually first. Let me grab a spare frame. Let's do this detailed. So might just look like a cylinder. Of course, we've got that registration key on the back, but in the light you may be able to see that 2 sides of this are actually flattened. It's top and bottom in your frame right now. They're actually flattened. And what that does is that aligns. You can see right now I can spin this no problem, but those 2 flats will align with the flats in the frame. So it spins just a little, but doesn't spin too much now. That's super important because we have these keyed washers. I've shown these before. These have matching flats, and those are some anti-clumping technology, which we're going to talk about in a future video. And so they become really difficult to install, especially if you're using a round brass punch like we've done in the many times on the channel. So let's get that tool back over here that we are working on. We're going to insert that pivot tool there. The first guy to go on is our can opener, I believe. I'm doing this from memory, so if I make a mistake here, don't use this as assembly instructions. This is a demo for the tool that we're using. And then what we can do, you can see that that end is flat, so we can keep our can opener. It won't slide off as easily. And while we have that, we can take our washer, slip that in place, and then I'm just going to spin our assembly tool until it drops on. That's going to tell me that those keyed sides, those flat sides, are aligned. That's super important, and that's the most difficult thing we've had to deal with. Normally what I would be doing is using the pivot itself to go in, and you can see how that would be a little bit difficult as it gets shorter and shorter. With this, we don't need the end caps installed. We don't need to worry about the pivot just yet. We can get the internal tools stacked, and then we can go from there. Now, this is a part where it's still tricky. We've got that washer there, and we need to make enough space for our bit driver. So we're going to make sure everything's aligned to the left as far as it can be, and we're just going to slide. We're sliding that pivot tool back, slipping in our screwdriver there, and then we can just work our pivot through there, our assembly tool through there, and you're going to have to rotate at the end because it's hitting that keyed side, so you need to make sure it's aligned. But what that does is it automatically orients the keyed washer so it matches the keyway in the frame. The keys, again, are those flat sides in the frame. Now we've got our tool stack finished here. All we have to do is slide our end cap on. We'll take our pivot and make sure that the flats are aligned between our assembly tool and our pivot. And simply, yes, it worked. It worked. This is no joke, the first try of this in this video. We've been testing it for a while, but we can then add our other end cap, drop a screw like a real pro, and go ahead and get that screw attached. That is how easy it becomes with these assembly tools. No joke, if you guys have watched the old Mod Mondays, or if you've been a part of our Mod Monday live streams, you have seen me struggle with that multiple times. I won't say that there won't be issues. Of course, sometimes the washers just slip out of your tweezers and fall. That'll happen, but I can say that I have been I'm just ecstatic that these things are here and they work, and they're now available to you guys. So check them out at multipartsstore.com, and you'll be seeing a lot more of these guys, I promise. If you have questions, leave them in the comments down below. We'll catch you next week. See you then.